Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? I was looking back through some of my notes of different things that I wanted to share with you, and I found this one from September 20th, which really seems, no, sorry, September 14th, which really seems apropos to me of what our country's going through right now, what the Congress is going through right now, what our churches are going through right now, and what some of us are going through in our own lives. And so I think, okay, well, maybe now's the time to read this. Um, it's called Real Relationships Renegotiate. All right. I wish I knew where I got it from. One of my daily readings, but I didn't write down which one it was. And it reminds us of Romans 12, verse 2, quoting from the New Revised Standard Version. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. All right, here's what it says. Then we'll talk a little bit about it. Relationships are a constant and continual regeneration. Renegotiation. So let me start again. Relationships are a constant and continual renegotiation. What you say on your 12th birthday, your retirement date, or wedding day may not be your plan 10 years later, and yet to the other person it can be a total surprise. They defend the old plan, saying, "You can't change your mind now. That was not what we agreed to." You said you weren't going back to work until the kids were in junior high, says the mom with the more than full-time job to her husband in charge of the everyday chaos at home. Yes, but 4 years into this, I feel differently, he says. Don't lock me in. In an unhealthy relationship, we do lock each other in. I might add, we lock ourselves in. We hold each other hostage to some past version of ourselves, cutting down each other's dreams. How are you going to cook for the homeless when you don't even cook at home? You wanted to go to law school. You can't change careers at your age. You want to sing songs from the 18th century? This family doesn't have time for you to pursue your own amusement. Ooh. But it's cruel to tell another person that they're not allowed to change their mind. It's terrible to feel boxed into a previous version of yourself. Renegotiating isn't easy. But the heart of the gospel is this: everyone gets to grow and change. Discerning the will of God isn't about doing whatever you want or making the other person do whatever you want. Discernment disrupts our best laid plans. Discernment disrupts our best laid plans. They offer a prayer here, a couple sentences. When the next negotiating session begins, remind me God is still speaking, and not only to me. Amen. What do you make of that? I think, I often say to people that true love is being able to ask the same questions and hear different answers coming from the people. Because we do all grow and change. I think it might be a little harder when we hear it, when we experience it within ourselves, when we're talking with ourselves and we realize, oh, I don't feel that way anymore. Or we get caught up in thinking, I said I was going to do X, Y, and Z with my life. Other people are counting on me. I guess I'd better keep doing it. It's not that we have the freedom to discount other people and suddenly do a 180. But we do have the right and the calling, I think, to renegotiate, to talk with them, to figure out, gosh, I thought this was going to be good, but I'm not so sure, and here's what I need now. Not everybody's going to understand. I've lost relationships that way. I've changed jobs that way. I thought this was going to be a good thing. I'm just not feeling it. It's not where I'm meant to be. Now I approach things differently. Now I approach them by saying, I think this is right. This feels good for now. Let's go with it and see. Paying attention to God, paying attention to ourselves and how we're changing, paying attention to the environment. Could be the environment changed. Oh, I thought this was going to be a great job. And then I get here and I find out that there's been a change in the environment. You see, not only people are called to grow and change, but so are institutions, whether they're churches or businesses or communities or the Congress or our government. Everything is a living organism because it's made up of living organisms. And some of them have pretty sturdy, strong, rigid exoskeletons. But we all change. And sometimes the person who was in a place to begin with, it was a good fit, then it becomes not a good fit. Sometimes I'm that person, you're that person, and it's not a good fit anymore. So we have to renegotiate. But also to remember, what they said from Romans, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. That's our job. Today I invite us to look around, see many of the ecosystems of which we are a part, whether they are institutional or organically individual, and ask ourselves, am I being transformed into something new, or does this still fit for me? I think most of us will find that most things do still fit, but there are going to be some, and sometimes they're big ones, that don't. And then how do we negotiate out of that in a responsible way so that we are fully living into who God is calling us to be? Thanks for joining me for this prayerful pause with the pastor. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. Beautiful, snowy, freezing Rochester, New York. I have to take the car in this morning for an oil change, and I'm not looking forward to going out and being in the chilly. Thank goodness I can warm the car up before I even get in. But that's another story. I'll see you next time. I hope you have a great day today. God bless. Take care, and bye for now.